after talking to a number of men and women to ask them the question, who gives the most bun? The same amount of women, we have a tie. Alarmingly, a tie. When I started the survey, I thought it was going to come out with the men leading the way, given the most bun. No, Winnie? As if we're shaking our head.
No.
That was my first impression in embarking on the survey. However, there's a tie because men feel that based upon things like the failed paternity test at the US Embassy, definitely the woman under the covers that gives some born. And the women have based upon the number of enrollment in school of twins by different mothers, children the same age, fathered by the same man, but two different women that they didn't even know about. They would say that men give the most fun. So then we say, well, if there's a tie, then we're equal. They said, no. Now you need to turn to who give the hottest bun. Because it is symbology of bun, like a little round bun versus a big Maxfield Easter bun versus a medium-sized bun. That would make the winner, the sex come out the winner. So hear what they say. A round bun is considered to be just general flirting, and they say women lead the way with that. Women did accept and agree that they flirt more than men. The medium-sized bun is flirting in front of your partner. And them say, again, women lead the way with that. A woman, especially if you're not have an altercation, she just come and she just roll out the flirting right in front of you to make you angry. But here, you know, the big Maxfield Easter bun go to the men them because women and men agree that a man will all bring another woman or 5 women in one day in a wife's bed and think nothing of it. While the women will go, you know, to a place outside of the matrimonial or the relationship home and carry on with their cheating or their infidelity. Men will bring women into the bed, and the woman said that are the hottest bun that you can ever get if a man ever give you a bun.
Oh, Winnie is shaking her head.
I can hear words than
shaking her
of
head.
this woman.
Go ahead,
This
Winnie.
woman who brought in this woman and brought in her man into her home and told her husband that is her uncle. And that man lived in the house and was fed by her husband's labor. So I don't know if it can get worse than that. And that's not just an isolated case. That is how some brazen some women.
That's not the majority of the cases, because I did hear about some of those cases where
that is worse.
Go ahead, Mary.
Those are isolated cases. They are not the regular everyday. I did hear about those cases where the partner will bring in either a cousin or an uncle. A girl is a cousin from the country, only to find out, or even they are the helper. And when them look, it's a full-fledged relationship under your nose. But those were not the majority of cases. Regularly, a man will just bring several women into the matrimonial bed and think nothing of it. And when the wife finds out, it's like a dagger. She prefer take a bullet.
Mary, you spoke about a survey. What was the sample size of your sample?
About 20 persons.
But that has
10 women.
20?
Yes, brother.
Yes.
That is unscientific, man.
It's not scientific. It's not scientific.
It's scientific. It's more of an anecdotal survey.
Yeah, okay. It is. You can't use the word survey to describe that. But in any case, though, one of the things that we are socialized to believe that when it comes on to relationship, men are the transgressors. It is a socialization process that lends us to think that way, you know. Because women and men, women are very aggressive in their actions as to, you know. So when we believe that infidelity, that men are leaders in that area, No, it is not so.
So you
Because
will say that there is a survey that I did turn out the truth. They are tied in that area. The women are just as aggressive as
Because-
the men.
because if you all right, when you look at here is something scientific.
Go on.
The data at the U.S. Embassy those are real numbers, you know. Those are
But
those are not.
those can only reflect on what, Desmond? Those don't reflect on the woman. Those don't reflect on the man.
That's what I am.
Yes.
That is the point. That is the point.
No, but it's not
That is where I am.
comparative. That's not comparative. It just says that some children that men thought were their own children, biological children, are not.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you a question. Who is responsible for that? Men or women?
The women, and then the
Women.
women take responsibility for that.
No, but here it is. The men, and the men, and this is for years. Some of these children are grown children, and the men are convinced that it's their children. And it's only when a test is done that they found out that this child or these children are not mine. Right? So
I agree.
it is a situation where, you know, I am not in the one of them to really say that men are the transgressors when it comes on to infidelity. Women are very aggressive.
They're
And-
All right, so
and-
let's give Mary a chance to wrap up, and then we move on to Desmond. Go ahead, Mary. You
So
wrap up.
I would say, in wrap up, Brother Desmond, I take your point completely. I stood corrected, as I always held the view that men were the perpetrators, leaders, but they were tied. So I will say, no matter who give the bun, man or woman, bun is hot. It burns. And it can cause death to some people, physically and mentally. So therefore, before you think to give your partner bun, just think it out, talk it out, and walk it out.
Mary, did people you talk to, did they say that this was a common experience? Did they indicate that the business it was common?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Winnie, you have a last word on it? No. All right. So Desmond, let's come to you. We're trying to get back Prof to see if we can get him going. And Prof, whenever you get a chance, whenever your system gets better, let's see if we can take it. We're sorry to viewers and listeners.